All right, so now we're back to our slides on how to make a copy. And I've already done my title up here. Let's say I need to move it to my folder though. So it looks like it's actually already in my biology folder. So we don't need to move it anywhere. The things that you need to know for slides, you can insert a new slide right here. You can choose the different formats if you want to, or you can go ahead and delete them. You can choose a theme from over here if you'd really like to. Be careful, you want it to be something that's easily read and doesn't get too cluttered. So try not to put in pictures as your backgrounds because it can be really hard to read on top of it. Then you can also insert any extra text boxes you need. So maybe I want one right here that says, hey, this is a text box. Now that text box, if I just click and highlight the whole thing, I can actually give it a pretty heavy border, and I can change that border color to whatever I need. You can change your font and then your font size within that text box or outside of it as well. You can do all your bolds, italics, and underlines and change the text color. So just like we were doing before. Other things that you can do are insert different lines. So maybe you need to connect ideas or you just really want to point out one piece of information. You could just insert that and do the same thing with making it thicker so it's easier to see. You can change the end of it. And maybe I want to make this blue. There we go. You have all of your different shapes here as well, including different pieces of equations. But let's say that there's just other things you want to insert. Again, you can insert images from your computer or the web. So maybe I'm gonna just search for a box. I have no actual idea what this presentation is about. So there's my box. And what's nice is in slides, you have a little bit more flexibility of moving the box around and putting it where you need to put it. And you can still, if you wanted to, add a border or get rid of the border. Just unclick it there. Nope. Just going to Control Z to undo. You can also crop your images. So this one works a little bit differently. Sometimes you can move the corner, sometimes you just move the entire image. And when you're done, you click off of it. This will reset it to however you inserted it, so it'll go back to its original formatting. And you can do different animations as well. So if you were actually giving this as a presentation, you could have it fly in. Let's see what that would look like. There's the box. Now, some other things with this is you can change the different layouts of your slides even as you're in them. So you want to make sure that you have the right idea of what you want. I tend to like blank slides and then add things as I go. So if I were to do that and I just add another slide, I'll delete that. I can insert my text box for my header and my title, and I can make it bigger so that it looks like the title of the slide, and then insert as many smaller text boxes as I need. So you can change a few things on this as well. It's going to be fairly similar to what you're seeing in Google Docs. However, you can add things like videos. So if you wanted to search YouTube for, let's say, a 5-minute timer, then you could click the video and say select, and it would insert it into your slide. You can also insert different tables. So you can do 3x2 table, and you're going to have to play around with the formatting of it. And then you can insert all of your information right there. Again, you can go through and click and make your border bigger if you want of each individual box, or one specifically that you, or the whole thing that you want to call out. You can drag the sides in, you can drag the columns over to resize them however you need. You can also insert charts from sheets. So if you're making a different bar graph in your sheets from different data that you've collected, you can actually select a sheet that you want to pull that information in from. I don't have one readily available that I am going to do that with. And again, you can add special characters. They do have some word art, but it's okay. You can do a little bit of different formatting, just like you can in Docs. It's just not always going to be located on your top bar. You can duplicate slides, delete them. You can change the backgrounds of all of your slides. And then again, you have the spelling check under your tools. Another thing you can do is do speaker notes. So if I wanted to add different voice notes, as I typed that, or as I said that, it put them down here in the notes column. So I can see that and print that off later. So that is going to be pretty much what you're going to use slides for.